Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans are with me, Mike Spider-Slayer, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision on what comic books to buy. And today, fans, we're talking about Scarlet-Spiders issue number 3. Yes, the next Spider-Verse tie-in this week with all three or four books that came out this week when it comes to Spider-Verse. It was a crazy Spider-Man week, and you kind of gotta, read certain books to understand what's going on in Amazing Spider-Man and which books to read first. So I wanted to kind of go all through with all the tie-ins with you, and then my Amazing Spider-Man review is actually going to be over on Comic Frontline. And I apologize if these reviews are a little bit late this week, but when you watch the countdown, you'll see why. Scarlet-Spiders this week. I thought this was a great book. I thought this was better than the last issue. The last issue just had the group running around through the facility trying to find Genix, and this time it was much more personal. This one had to deal with Ben Reilly. Now, this book is written by Mike Costa, and the artwork is done by Paco Diaz. And this time again, it does all about Ben Reilly, and it explains here in this issue. Ben Reilly is all about being a great hero, and you can. He's like he's learned that you can always be a great hero if you never give up, and that is true to what happens in this particular book. He goes back and he explains things that happens in his universe and how he became the hero that he is today. And it was a great book. Now, the artwork here by Paco Diaz is really well done. I'm a fan of this artwork. He draws his characters lengthy, a little skinny, a lot of muscles in there. Kind of reminds me of like Eon Flux, if you guys remembered that old MTV show cartoon. It kind of reminded me of that. But I like it because, spider characters, you think of proportionate, over exaggerations, bending in weird ways, and that's what I get out of here. But there was great artwork. I thought there was good detail in here, good fight scenes. Kane becomes this crazy, his crazy other form, and you get to see that in this issue as well. You get to see what Genix looks like when he comes out of his own cloning facility. Jessica Drew's got that lengthy, over exaggerated body as well, and makes her look more adult-like. And then you have uh, Johnny Storm, who is the Human Torch, who's a lot of detail, which is the one thing I didn't like about the artwork. But I love the artwork in here. I love the character, and I love all the fight scenes that happen in here. So again, the issue focuses around Ben Reilly this time around, and you get to see the history, the past of Ben Reilly, how he became the actual hero that he is, and then you get to see Ben Reilly and Kane go against Gen X. And there's some good humor in this particular issue on how like Genix is the nerdy one and he's not the strong one, but he's given the Scarlet Spiders a run for their money. So there's some funny moments there. Ben Reilly gets really beat up, and he compares himself to a cuisine art blender, which I thought was hysterical in here. But you get to see great battle scenes in here between all the characters, and when Gen X gets killed, we get to see how the cloning facility really works. And Ben was trying to be our hero here, telling Kane not to kill. But nevertheless, when someone does get killed, and Kane realizes that gone too far, well, that's not really the case. Gen X winds up coming back as, he has multiple clones of himself. He winds up coming back and winds up going into continuous battle here. We wind up finding out that Jessica finds some really important information about the cloning facility, on how the master web goes through this New York, and it winds up, if you destroy this facility, you destroy all the clones in general, and then there's going to be no more inheritor clones. So then once you kill the inheritors, they'll be truly dead. So they go across different adversaries like Johnny Storm from this Earth and whatnot, and we find out that Ben Reilly, after getting severely beat, winds up going to finding out what this facility really is, and he goes to sacrifice himself. So he winds up going to the facility itself, and he winds up blowing it up with himself in it, and Gen X winds up falling, escaping. But this is the last Gen X now. Now, if he dies, there's that's it. There's no more Gen X. So the cloning facility has been destroyed. The Scarlet Spiders mission accomplished, but Ben Reilly sacrificed himself for that day. Kane winds up transporting over to Loom World because he wants for revenge for what happened, and we realize that today the good guys won, and Ben Reilly died as a hero exactly the way he wanted. I really like this particular issue, guys. I thought this was a action-packed issue, send a great message on the type of Spider-Man that Ben Reilly really was. And if you're a Ben Reilly fan, you're going to truly appreciate, again, this issue. And it was great. Really action-packed, great conclusion. Was kind of predictable that you knew that these guys were going to succeed and blow up this cloning facility. Kind of knew this all along. However, I did not expect Ben Reilly to sacrifice himself, and that's what kind of tears at the heartstrings if you're a Ben Reilly fan or a Spider-Man fan in general. So it's kind of crazy now that Kane is known as the other, and he goes to Loom World. That they need him, the Heritors need him to destroy the spiders forever. So yeah, good issue, great artwork, lots of action, send a positive message, and I loved it. So after reading this one, guys, I'm going to give this one a 4.5 out of 5 stars. And tell me what you guys thought of Scarlet-Spiders issue number 3. Was this a good conclusion to the end of this series? Really cool cover here, as you can see, the two holding on to their lifelines, but yet one is falling. So fun issue, guys. So again, until the next comic book review, this is Mike SpiderSlayer signing off. And guys, don't forget to check out my other reviews over on Comic Frontline. Take care, fans. See you in the next review. Bye.